And so what we'll do is we'll start with showing you how to publish lesson 11 today. And then I'm going to move on to the WowSlider, and we'll finish that up, show you how that can be published and how it needs to be inserted correctly into a page on your website, if you do choose to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share. And I need to go to, I don't know which page it is. Hold on here. I think it's this one. See you in a minute. Nope, that's not. Let me do a new share. Let's do all of that. Close. Close. Oops. Okay, I'm presuming everybody can see my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you can't, please let me know. I have to move tabs around on my. I'm going to log in here. So I'm going to log into 000 web host. Okay, so I'll go ahead and sign in. Let's log in. Okay, so at the time when I signed up for 000 web host, they allowed you to have 2 free websites. So what I want to do, I don't want to upgrade. I want to manage the website. So I click here. Okay. And what I want to use is File Manager right here. Now, remember, they have options just like we use with Wix, that you have your online site builder. If you've been working with WordPress, you can use that. We've been using Wix. And what we're using now is the File Manager. So I click there. Hopefully it comes up correctly. There we go. So let's go ahead and we'll work on publishing this today. So what you need to do, this is what should be visible when you display your file manager. But what you want to do is you want to open up the public folder. Okay. So by opening up the public folder, okay, this is where you place all of your files. This is where you'll place the CSS folder. And if you do have, what I'll have today is a WowSlider, you would have a data one and a data and an engine folder. You have a fonts folder, an image folder, a JavaScript. The HT axis comes with it, so don't ever delete that. And here's the green styles, and here's the first page, index.html. Now for lesson 11, you're gonna have all the additional pages as well. So that when remember that when you've completed lesson 11, you need to save one of those pages as index.html. So 000 web host, the server knows which page to load first. Okay, and then make sure that that is okay. If you did not do that, if you did in the lesson, if you did not add a link to the home page that's linked to index.html, then you might want to do that. So you'll save one of the pages as index.html, and then in the home page, in the template, you're going to go to the nav bar, and you're going to link that to the index.html. And make sure that all the other pages are uploaded. So what you need to do is I need to do another, let me go ahead here and I'm going to move this around. Okay, so once you're done you open up your files, and I'm going to go, in my case, I'm going to go to my desktop, because that's where I've saved these. And I'm going to go to, let's see, let's go to the name, make sure that that's saved. I have a busy desktop here, very cluttered. So I need to, where is it? Here it is, Dreamweaver lessons. So you go in here, and you've been working on lesson 11. So you go ahead and twirl down. So you have all of these files exposed in lesson 11. And then you go ahead and hold down the command key. And for example, I'm going to select the tips. You don't need to upload the templates, but then you'll upload the news. You're going to upload the JavaScript. You're going to upload the images. You're going to upload green styles. You're going to upload fonts. You're going to upload events, CSS, contact, and about. And then you simply click and drag them in here to upload them. But before you do that, if you already have all of the files uploaded as I do from lesson 7, you're going to want to get rid of those first. Make sense? So you're going to select CSS, you're going to select data, you're going to select engine, select fonts, images, JavaScript, green styles, and index. If you, well, I have an index, but you don't. And you're going to just delete all of them before you upload all the files for lesson 7. Does that help you guys out? Yes, no? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. So next step, let's close this. I have so many windows open here on my teeny tiny little screen. It's hard for me to pick things out. Okay, so I'm going to do another share, a new share. And I'm going to go to the WowSlider, which is what we were working on last Thursday. Okay, so it should be, let me do a new share again, make sure that the whole desktop is selected. Sure. So this is where we left off last Thursday. We opened up WowSlider, and remember, you can download it for free. And then if we look over to the right, we have all these templates to choose from. And you're able to modify them as you need to. Then down here, you're able to determine the font and the background color. Here, you're able to select the effects that go from transitions that go from one slide to the next. And I chose one of the simpler ones. I chose, I don't want dribble. I want, let's make sure that that's not selected. I wanted blur. So let's select blur. Okay, let's see what we have here. Make sure that this starts playing again. Let me switch to a different template just for a second here. And it should, because it's not, it should automatically transition from one to another. Show you in a preview of what's going on here. So one of them that I selected the other day was, quiet is an okay one. I like the ones that are understated, that aren't over the top. And can't find it. Look, sky, they aren't in alphabetical order, which would be kind of helpful. Well, let me just select one. And now you'll see that it's, transitioning from one to another because I selected the blur transition. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to select another one instead. That's what it's supposed to be doing. Let me go back up here. I'm going to go to slider. And does it allow me to revert the page? Revert. Let me just close it. I'm going to go ahead and close the whole thing and open it up fresh. So no, I don't want to save it. I'm going to go back again and I'm going to go back to WowSlider and open it up. One. There we go. Okay, so let me go through recent files here. To open them up. And I had, again, I have to look on my desktop. I have to go to, there we go, Dreamweaver. I'm going to go ahead and open lesson 11 because that's where I saved it. And it should be in here, and it's not in here. Why isn't it in here? Okay, damn it. Let me go to my desktop. And let me find where it is. Which one did I say? I did select 11. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I selected 12. That was it. There it is. Wrong lesson. So I'm going to go ahead. I saved mine in lesson 12. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And there you go. It's back to where it was. So I have a handful of slides. And as you can see down here, if you look, you can see that the slide size that I selected was 640 by 480. You can come in here and there's a whole slew of different sizes, standard sizes from which to choose, or you can create a custom size. I chose one of the smaller ones, but sort of a standard size. I like boxed. And then you can also click here for more settings. And again, you can choose here and you can switch to another template and see how that looks. You can make sure that the size is correct. What I want to do is I want to make sure that I preserve the aspect ratio. I don't want it to change, otherwise it will distort the images. I don't want to stretch small images. I don't want to shrink large images because I've already prepared them in advance. This allows you to pick the typeface that's used for here. But also, for the description of your slide, as well as the title. This allows you to pick the transition and the time of duration. So I'll go ahead and I'll select that. You'll notice that we have other tools up here to select. So if I click there and I drop down, we'll go through all of these again. I want it to autoplay. I want it to pause on mouse over. I don't want it to stop the slideshow after one loop, but if you do, then that's what you would check. I don't want to randomize the order, but you could. If you have video, such as a YouTube video that you've inserted, you could autoplay that. I'm going to go ahead and add a pause and play button. Swipe support is good. On-demand image loading isn't a bad idea. Use relative paths to image and project. I'll do that. Use default page color. And I'm going to go ahead and just use white. That's what I've used. I use the boxed one. When we go over here, it says show controls on mouse over. I like that. Show preview and next buttons. I also like that. Show descriptions, and I'm having it fade to go from one to the next. Do I want to remove frame and shadow? No. We'll go ahead and we'll use bullet navigation. We'll use it at the top. That's for the film script. You can also use film script. You can put top or bottom. I'll leave it at the top. Thumbnail preview. Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll click apply again. So again, we go over this. It's not showing that. So let me go back again. Let's see why I don't have. Pause on mouse over. Show controls on mouse over. So I want that. So it's not showing my controls. So maybe I've used the wrong slideshow. So let me do another one. Oh, shoot. I like flat. There we go. Oh, that is the one that was selected. Terse, that's the one I'll pick. Okay, so for whatever reason, my buttons aren't showing up. So I must have checked something that I shouldn't. Autoplay, pause and play buttons. Swipe support, let me turn off that. On-demand image loading, because I added that. Use relative paths. I use absolute instead. Show controls on mouse over. Yeah, that's what I want. So let's go ahead and apply, see if it pops up. No, not showing up. Oh, there we go. Now they're showing up. So now when I pause, on mouse over, I can pause and I can manually play through these, or I can use the little buttons at the top. And this is the setup that I've used for mine. And then if I turn that back on, it will automatically play. Once you have this all set up, then what you need to do, when you've inserted your slides, and again, you can move slides up or down, change the order of them. For example, if I want this one, instead of this one being first, I can move this down and move the next one up, make it first. Change the order. You can add or remove images from here or from up here. And then once everything is saved, so I'm going to go to slider and I'm going to make sure that I save the project again so that it saves it in the same location that I had before. And I strongly recommend that you save it inside your root folder so that you have the direct link to there. And the next step that we want to do is we want to publish it. And since it's saved in our root folder, by publishing it, you need to do the following. You need to make sure that this is saved here. I'm publishing it to a folder. So I'm going to go ahead and select Browse. And I'm going to make sure that it's saved inside Lesson 11. Okay, so I have slideshow demo folder. I don't want that. I'm going to go to, again, I got to go to my desktop again. And I'm going to go to Dreamweaver Lesson 12. I want it to be published and linked to that. Okay, so that's where that's going to be saved. The name of it, the page name, is we'll call it I named mine the same as the title, Marie's Slideshow. Somebody has a question. Sorry, question. I completed lesson 7 a while back. I'm trying to upload. Wow. Okay, Brian, wait until the end, okay? And then for lesson 11, you're going to replace lesson 7 with lesson 11, if I've already given you a grade for lesson 7. The next step is very important, especially if you have multiple slideshows in your website, as I do on mine, that each slideshow has to have a separate ID. So the first one that you use, leave it 1, and then 2, 3, 4. You do need to keep track of them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to publish. And as soon as I do, you'll notice that it previews in my browser. And it looks like it's working just fine. That's what I want. Okay. And I've named, for the time being, I've named slides and given some descriptions and that sort of thing. And these are the things that you want to pay attention to here. 1, 2, and 3. This is how you insert it into your page. But you need to make sure that you include and upload the data in the engine folders. And then you need to place this bit of code inside the head of your page. Now, remember with our lessons, we've used the template and it's locked the head of the document. So you need to detach that page from the template in order to be able to insert this into the head. And this bit of code right here goes into wherever you want to insert it on your page. So that's what I was going to do today. So right now we kind of caught up to where we left off before. And that's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this. And now I have to do a different share. So I'm going to do a new share. And I want to go to my Dreamweaver page. Okay, so this is a new page that I created from the template. And I'm going to do a new page again. I'm going to make sure that the whole desktop is selected. So I presume everybody sees this. So the first thing that I need to do here, because this page was generated from a template, is that I need to switch from live view to design view. Then I can go to tools and I can go to templates and I can say that I want to detach it from the template. Now I can go back to live view and I'm just going to click anywhere inside here, make sure that I have the split view up here. And let me move up, so because all of this is just copy and paste. I'm going to go ahead and move this up a little bit so we can see a little bit better. And I'm going to go all the way up to the top of our document here. And there's the title. There's the closing tag for the head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click after that last line and hit return a couple of times, and I'm going to paste. And you'll notice it has an opening and a closing tag for the WowSlider. This goes in the head of the document. The next is I have to determine, well, where do I want the rest of this to go? I want it to go right after add content here. So you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy the rest of the code that was in that second location, and I'm going to click right here. Okay. So if I look down here in the page, paragraph tag, let's see what that is. There's the paragraph. And so I want it to be right after that paragraph, but before the closing tag of the article. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste. And it pastes all of that information, and it should automatically, there we go, bring in my WowSlider. Okay, so there it is. Now the next step is to make sure that this page is saved. So I'm going to select it, File, Save As. Come on. And I'll name this one index.html, just to make sure that I can upload it and you can see it hopefully successfully published. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'll name it index.html, and we'll save it inside lesson 11. Okie doke. So now what I need to do is I need to do a different share once again. And I'm going to go back to, let's see, where were we? I'm going to go back here. Right? And let's do this again. I'm going to do a new share. Make sure that this whole desktop is selected. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's manage this. And again, I want to go to File Manager. And I'm going to go inside my public folder. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete all of this stuff. Just so that when I upload the files, it will be fresh. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll delete them all. Make sure that there's no mistake. So now what I need to do is I need to go to that folder on my desktop, which is a mess here. I apologize for that. Let's go ahead and close that. And I need to find it. Let me just do a search here. Okay, that's not working. So on my busy desktop here, I need to find my Dreamweaver lessons. There they are, right here. So they're right here. So I'm going to open it up. And remember, I saved them in lesson 12. Okay. So what I want to do now is come back up here so that I have that. And I need to go ahead and I have my index page. That's the only one that I need to really upload for right now. But I do need to upload all the other stuff too. I need to upload the CSS, the data one, the engine one, the fonts, the green styles, the images associated with all of this, the JavaScript. I don't need the WowSlider. I don't need these others. Resources, templates. I think I have everything. So let's go ahead and bring this up, upload it all. Okay, so I successfully uploaded the index page. Now let's go back. And I'm going to go back to my original page here. So I don't want to upload that. I need to go back to, let's go back section here. There we go. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to click right here and cross my fingers, and hopefully when it loads, there you go. Now you'll see that it's missing some stuff. See how the slideshow is working really nice? But I missed green styles, didn't I? To style this. So I need to go back and I need to upload that again to make sure that it's uploaded. So I did forget a file. That's kind of important. So let's go back again. So let's go back here. Let's try this again. So I'm going to go ahead and manage website. I'm going to go back to File Manager. Let's go to Public Folder. And let's find out where I left out. How did I leave? I thought I put green styles up here. Well, you know what? Let's remove this green styles. And I did upload it. Why isn't it doing it? So let's take this again. Upload it. And just to be on the safe side, I could have messed up. And under finished, there's also a green styles finished that maybe I accidentally used that one instead. So I'm going to upload them both just to be safe. Now let's go back to our page. Let's go back here. Let's go back here and let's go and test this. And now let's refresh. No, it doesn't like it. So I have to go back and I have to make sure, I guess that's going to be for another time, that it's loading the page beautifully. It's loading the Bootstrap CSS, but it's not uploading the green styles that I created. So I have to go back to my page and I have to figure out, what's going on here. So, I mean, I can do that now, or I'm going to go ahead and maybe stop the share and pause it, and we'll move on from there. That's all you can do is go back and backtrack and see what, where you messed up. And this just has to do with the green styles, that somehow it's linking to a different green styles and not the one that's here. Okay, so let me stop sharing. So questions, let me go ahead and pause.